Welcome back to the channel. This week coming to you direct from the awesome Anvil Valkyrie. Now first of all, 3.6 is still with the Evercarty. Hopefully it may well go to the first wave of PTU very soon. Maybe before many of you see this video. We just have to wait and see. But first let's have a look at what they showed us in this week's Inside Star Citizen. Now I must admit, AI in games has always fascinated me. Well, ever since the days when I used to take on chess computers. Used to be very interested in chess back in the day. Now the actual AI they're working on in this segment was what they call the vendor AI, and basically that's your shopkeepers and other NPC characters, and characters performing simple tasks like getting in and out of bed. Now this is a character we saw in a Squadron 42 demo back in 2017. He may have well had a little bit of a spruce up since then, and here he is doing his AI gun dispensing thing.
Bearing P8 AR. Probably the most requested rifle I have. She's good, but with the right attachments can really shine. Of course, knowing which ones are the right ones is the quickest way to get into an argument with a Marine.
Next up, we saw them working on some combat AI. Now they told us that they're replacing the actual current combat behaviour for the AI with a modular system. Now at the moment this is going to be limited to a fairly short range of AI combat abilities, fighting from cover and fighting in open spaces. They actually did admit that at the moment they didn't want to get too complex, as obviously they do experience a lot of issues over the network with stuttering. So they basically go build up from simple combat behaviours, and then as things evolve get more sophisticated combat behaviours. Now we do know that there will be different abilities depending on the skill of the specific NPC AI soldier, but a lot of that will come in the future. So let's start off with basic combat AI, and as I said earlier, they'll take it from there. Of course, being a space game, well, we want to see some great flight AI, and they showed us what they've been working on. The AI is going to be now capable of doing strafing runs. They'll also be able to evade more efficiently, have awareness of self-preservation depending on basically how many hits they're taking, and also more accurate target selection depending on factors of how powerful their own ship is, and I guess how powerful the opponent's ship may possibly be. So obviously a work in progress, but very promising. And they're also working on improved 3D pathfinding for the AI. Obviously some of the AI will have different capabilities, but that may well be for the future, I believe. Now some of the developers told us what they're looking forward to most in 3.6, including the new hover mode, which will make flying closely above planets hopefully more enjoyable, more realistic, and maybe a little bit more challenging as well in some cases. Now we're also going to be seeing some improvements to the comm system for the game, including the ability to join a separate channel when you enter somebody else's ship. Saw some more awesome footage of the reworking of the Aegis Vanguard, which actually now puts it in line with what the original concept ship, which everybody wanted it to be. Chris Roberts himself is taking a keen interest in this ship.
I kind of feel like if I look at the concept, because it's on a wall here.
There's going to be some new ship buying kiosks in the game as well, and maybe more interesting are the procedurally generated space stations and rest stops, which will bring different size space stations and different shapes of space stations and rest stops into the game. Now we got a look at some very early work on the Anvil Carrack, a ship everybody wants to see in the game. Now it's going to be about 3.8 or 3.9, I believe, not sure, but at least we got a look at some early work here on the captain's cabin, and the developer told us that he's raised the captain's desk in his cabin, so everybody actually has to look up at the captain, so obviously he's the man who must be obeyed. Now obviously there's a lot of work to be done on this ship. This is very early, but we got a look at the captain's facilities, including his bathroom and bed in his cabin and his lockers, so he's got all the facilities, so this looks very nice. So we'll look to see more on the Anvil Carrack obviously in the future. Now there was a Star Citizen Live this week with Todd Pappy, who went into detail on some of the features in 3.6, including the lore system. Now I'll just go through a few of the things he talked about. Basically you can pay your fine at kiosks on some of the space stations and on places like Hurston. Now he also talked about the new junkyards where you'll be able to sell illicit goods. Now you won't be able to sell stolen ships there at the moment. That will be in a future patch. Now he also talked about the new procedurally generated space stations, which we saw earlier, and how in the future they will be fully explorable, as all the areas will have different rooms, and that should be very interesting to see. Now at the moment he did say that Port Olisar would be staying the same for now, but once they get cargo depots in, then it most probably would change. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and as Inside Star Citizen is taking a bit of a summer break, well, I may as well take a break as well. However, I'm not going anywhere. With 3.6 on the horizon, and hopefully it will work out a lot better than 3.5 and 3.51 did. Hopefully we'll have some more gameplay videos, or maybe even a few relaxation citizen videos to relax and fall asleep to, maybe. Anyway, until next time, you take care, and I'll see you somewhere out direct in the verse. Bye for now.